Louis IX, the King of France, and a goddamn bona fide saint, led a disastrous crusade to Egypt in 1249 and saw his army decimated by sickness and hunger before being completely destroyed by the Saracens. And to make matters worse, they even took the saintly king himself as their prisoner.
You can't keep me locked up in here. I am the King of France, and the saint too.
When news of St. Louis' capture reached France in 1250, both the nobility and the peasants became deeply distressed and could not comprehend how God could allow their most pious and beloved king to be taken as a prisoner by a bunch of low-down, smelly Egyptian infidels.
Our king is in prison because of your sinners. But she told me that innocence wasn't the sin.
Better stop jerking it, Pierre. It's all your fault.
I'll stop if you jerk me off instead, oui?
St. Louis' mom, Blanche, and his brothers begged the church leaders and local lords and barons to form an army to go to Egypt and rescue him. But the church was busy fighting with Holy Roman Emperor Frederick II, and the local nobles were jockeying for power and were busy trying to expand their own realms in St. Louis' absence.
Sorry, Your Highness, but the church is very busy. And besides, Egypt is way too hot. Oui?
Yeah, so it's like that, huh? Well, maybe next time I make the donation to the church, it will be a bag of dog poop.
An old oddball called the Master of Hungary then showed up in France clutching a map that he said was given to him by the Virgin Mary herself, and showed the exact location where St. Louis was being held captive, and began preaching to shepherds to go on a crusade to rescue their king.
If we are going to say St. Louis, then who's gonna watch the sheep?
The poor shepherds and laborers began to rise up all across France and took matters into their own hands and announced they would come to their beloved king's rescue by raising an army of le pastoraux. And lo, in the year of our Lord 1251, the Shepherd's Crusade began.
Fuck them elite pricks! We're goddamn shepherds! We can do anything!
This master guy must have been one elegant speaking son of a gun, because in just a few months' time, he had amassed an army of like 30,000 people, made up of poor shepherds, laborers, and homeless weirdos that were all jazzed up to go on a crusade and save the king.
The Virgin Mary saved. They give me money and booze so I can lead you.
As the master led his ragtag army throughout France, they were cheered on by the local populace, and while parading from town to town, sloppy drunks, crooks, hookers, worthless layabouts, bored teens, and unmedicated violent maniacs joined them, swelling the shepherd's army ranks to almost 60,000 strong. Boy, that's a lot of shepherds. St. Louis' mom, Blanche, who was acting as regent in the king's absence, wanted her son freed from captivity at any cost. So when she heard about this shepherd's army roaming around France, she sent her envoys to find the master and invited him to come to Paris and have some lunch at the Palace of Versailles and explain his rescue operation.
Are you inviting the smelly peasant here to the palace?
Oui, at least they have some balls, unlike you gagalapoozes.
No. Imagine Blanche's surprise when this horde of smelly homeless maniacs came waltzing into the City of Lights. But she was desperate, so she met with the mister anyhow, and soon realized he was a fucking nutjob. So she politely thanked him for his concern over her son and sent him on his way with gifts of wine and a St. Louis bobblehead.
And that's my story. Hey, you got a toilet? I gotta take a dump.
No, sorry. All the royal toilets are out of order.
Yeah, and this Virgin Mary mouth is just the back of the cabin crunch box.
After gaining an audience with the king's mother, the shepherds were feeling legitimized and emboldened as they recklessly wandered all around the city and harassed the local Parisians and to give them free food, free beer, and any spare change they may have had in their pockets.
Lady, give me some money. I spend all mine on booze and cigarettes.
The shepherd crusaders really sucked at logistics and had no clue how to move such a massive army from France to Egypt. And since they were just a bunch of piss-poor shepherd peasants and no one was providing them with free boats, they had little choice but to hang around Paris.
Now, how far away is this Egypt place anyhow? I got dentist appointments next Tuesday.
I heard it runs across the big water as the crow flies.
Stuck in Paris with no clear direction on what to do next, the shepherd crusaders turned their fury and vitriol on the church and blamed them for abandoning their beloved King Louis after they got him all riled up and urged him to go on the goddamn crusade in the first place.
I say we wipe the sanctimonious smile off the lying fat pig priest's dirty faces.
The unruly mob of shepherd crusaders then turned on the Pope himself and publicly denounced him as a creeping Jesus and the entire Catholic Church as hypocrites and fake Christians, sinners, as they roamed about the streets of Paris, causing chaos and bedlam wherever they went, like that mayhem guy from the Allstate commercials.
That's for sending Louis on a crusade. Tails for it, fatso!
The shepherd crusaders also insulted the Bishop of Paris by calling him a sanctimonious doo-doo head, then began to actually hunt down Christian clerics and monks as they roamed about the city and mercilessly beat any of the poor bastards they caught and tossed their battered bodies into the Seine, completely disregarding the no swimming sign posted along the river's edge.
Hey, you want to get baptized, holy man? Huh? I'll baptize you.
I should have learned how to swim.
Blanche soon realized she fucked up big time by inviting these homeless maniacs to come to Paris. So she had them all excommunicated and sent out the royal army to disperse the out-of-control mob and erect barricades throughout the city to help contain and corral their movement.
Ah, shit. The crossroads closed. Now what do we do?
I say we go home. It's Taco Tuesday, and I don't want to miss it.
The shepherd crusaders then split off into several large groups and went their separate ways, causing destruction wherever they went, such as throwing the Bishop of Rouen off the cathedral roof, or killing clergy members in Orleans and throwing their cadavers into the Loire River.
Woohoo!
Holy man, what goes blood and smell like shit?
That would be you when you hit the ground.
When a group of shepherd crusaders arrived at Tours, they stormed the Dominican convent and destroyed it. In Bourges, after finding that all the local clergy members had fled, they turned their hatred on the Jews and attacked them, stole all their stuff, and burned down their synagogues.
Oh, oy vey! Such a headache I'm going to be having.
The Shepherd Crusaders were spreading terror all over Paris, especially to the members of the Catholic Church. So Pope Innocent IV began to spread false rumors that the shepherds were actually Muslim spies sent to Europe to destabilize the church and get everyone to convert to Islam.
Those shepherds look like spies.
I love shepherds of mine.
The Pope's fabricated rumors and fake news stories worked like a charm, and noblemen formed vigilante gangs and began to forcibly expel the Shepherd Crusaders from the city and told them to go back to fucking their sheep and get their stupid country bumpkin asses out of Paris.
We had enough of your sheep fuckers. It's time to put the shepherd out the pasture.
The Royal French Army then moved in and rounded up gangs of Shepherd Crusaders and confiscated all their weapons. The Shepherd Crusaders realized that they were indeed just simple shepherds and not real soldiers, and did not want to fuck around with heavily armed professional knights. So the majority of them just left and went home.
You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can and will be held against you.
Oh, don't tase me, bro.
The Masters group was not going to give up so easily and faced off for a battle against the Royal French Army. The shepherds were, of course, quickly destroyed, and even the Master himself got killed during the fight. Some of the smarter crusaders suddenly realized how stupid this whole thing was and surrendered to avoid getting killed.
Come on and fight me. The master says we got God on our side.
No, I said, do anyone got a ham on rye?
A bunch of the Shepherd Crusaders fled to England to escape, but as soon as King Henry II heard they were heading his way, he ordered his royal knights to set up roadblocks and told them to either kill the Crusaders on sight or to physically force them out of England and back to France.
We don't like your kind, Frenchie. Go back to France.
No, I will be giving you a negative year review.
At least now no one will ever realize
Now that the dust has settled, let's take a look at the big board of death and get ESPN's Mel Kiper Jr.'s take on the debacle known as the Shepherd's Crusade. Death estimates are based on the historical fact that most people of that era were savage lunatics blinded by religious fear that thoroughly enjoyed killing people just for fun. Are we allowed to question the Crusade's legitimacy? The Christians haven't exactly lit it up over the past few Crusades, and I don't think they got value by picking poor shepherds to lead it. The Crusaders' most questionable move, though, was trading up to take the Master of Hungary. Good player, but he was ranked number 249 overall on my board. I count 23 leaders ranked above him who were still available. And lo, by June in the year of our Lord 1251, the Shepherd's Crusade had ended. While it was a total disaster, at least we learned some valuable lessons, and it would be almost unthinkable that in today's world that some power-hungry megalomaniac could so easily dupe the simple-minded masses into believing a big lie and cause a violent uprising.
Remember, history is stupid. Don't repeat it.
Well, now, that was pretty crazy, right? Thousands of Christian shepherds leaving their flocks behind to go to Egypt to rescue their beloved King, Louie IX, from the clutches of the dirty infidels that held him captive. Honestly, what could possibly go wrong? Hope you enjoyed Holy Crap, the Shepherd's Crusade. And that, as they say, is that.